Mega Gargomon is back with starter deck 17. It is played a little differently this time, and it's actually really fun. Before we do get into it, I just want to take a moment to say rest in peace to Akira Toriyama, the creator of Dragon Ball Z. Where do I start? Dragon Ball Z has always been my favorite anime, especially growing up. Akira has really left an impact in this world and paved the way for anime, so rest in peace. Dragon Ball Z will always live on, and that is why I'm repping my Dragon Ball Z shirt today. So let's get into this deck profile. For the DGX, we're doing the new Gargomon from starter deck 17. This one, when you attack, if you have a green tamer in play, you get to draw. It's good just for the draw power, and this deck is really tamer heavy, so Gargomon is going to come up. You can really run the rookies up to your preference. For Terriermons, the new Terriermon, this one Digivolve 0 from Gargomon. Main, once per turn, you may play one green tamer card or level 3 Digimon card with Rapidmon in its name from your hand with the play cost reduced by 2. This is really useful for playing tamers, right? You know, they get reduced by 2, so you'll play Henrys for 2, for 1. 3 of the new Rapidmon. Main effect, you can give one of your Digimon Alliance. This is a good mechanic, especially for this build that I'm running, because now I don't think any card has Alliance here besides the Rapidmon being able to give something Alliance. This is more of a Rapidmon armor build, so giving them Alliance is really good, because then even if they get deleted, well, then your Terriermon, you have Armor Purge, Terriermon stays, and you'll still complete the second check anyway. Then here for the Rapidmon, which is the same for the Terriermon. Sorry I didn't get to it. All turns when this Digimon is suspended, it gains 1000 DP, so that is for both of them. I would contemplate running for the Rapidmon. The reason I don't is because the Rapidmon Evil would cost 1 more if you go over the Rapidmon as opposed to the Terriermon. Up next, we got 3 of the Searcher Terriermon from EX4. You could juggle between this one and the other one, that you search 5 and then you could get a card with Gargomon or Rapidmon in its name. I just think it's too hefty to search for 5. Well, you reveal 4 cards from the top of your deck. Add 1 2-color green card and 1 tamer card with Henry in its name among them to the hand and return the rest to the bottom. So I feel like you get more bang for your buck with this Terriermon. More importantly, I am also running it for the Inherit, which will pair with the Rapidmon. Your turn, when Alliance suspends one of your Digimon, this Digimon may Digivolve into a 2-color green Digimon card in your hand with the Digivolution cost reduced by 2. So it could be nice if you end up having the Rapidmon already on the field. You give the Alliance to the Terriermon, you Digivolve, and then when you swing, you can end up Digivolving for a reduced cost of 2. So that's always a good option to do if you choose to. To round up the rookies, 2 of the Memory Blocker Terriermon. PT3, all turns, your opponent can't gain memory, except with Tamers. Just blocking your opponent from gaining memory, I mean, that's always good. That's it. It's just more for the Terriermon in its name. 2 of the Gargomon. I am focusing on Rapidmon, which is why I'm not running 4 of the Gargomons, but you still do need 2 because the new Henry, you need a Gargomon in the trash for you to warp into the Mega Gargomon, but you won't really do this with this build. But this Gargomon, when this Digimon becomes suspended, you are able to give a Digimon jamming that includes himself or another Digimon. It ideally works with the Alliance. You have this Digimon be the Alliance target when it gets suspended, and then that effect could give your other main Digimon that you're attacking with jamming. So that's kind of the thing with this Gargomon. Then the Inherit, when this Digimon is suspended, you gain 1000 DP. Moving on to the Rapidmons, 4 of the new Rapidmons. This card is nuts. So it's a blocker and it has Armor Purge. Digivolve, 3 costs from a Terriermon in its name. All turns once per turn. When this Digimon becomes suspended, one of your opponent's Digimon and all of their security Digimon get minus 4000 DP until the end of the turn. You know how nuts that is when you put Alliance on this guy? Because now you suspend, you give all your opponent's Digimon minus 4000 DP, give something minus 4000, so if they have a blocker, you could potentially pop it. It's actually pretty nuts. This card survives so much. And of course, you have to run the other 4 of the Rapidmon. But when you Digivolve, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon for each tamer you have in play. Then up to 3 of your opponent's suspended Digimon get minus 5000 for their turn. Really good. This one is 6000. The new Rapidmon is 7. DP reduction is actually really crazy. Just with these 8 Rapidmon here, you're able to swing over stuff. You're able to pop memory blockers, any floodgate cards. You're even able to swing over things, even if they have the same DP that you do. You swing and you just go back into Terriermon, and then you can just Digivolve into another Rapidmon if you want. And then last but not least, just one Arbomon just for the hybrid. This deck is very Tamer heavy, so just being able to go for that last swing that you need, it's necessary. If you don't want to run the Arbomon, you could just place a third Gargomon. But there is times when you need that last check. Level 5s, we're only running 4. Because you're going to do all your chip damage with the Rapidmon level 4s, you really don't need the level 5s. This one is just more to help you control the board on play, and when Digivolving, de-Digivolve one of your opponent's Digimon. Then if you have a green Tamer until the end of your opponent's turn, your opponent's effects can't delete this Digimon or return it to the hand or deck. And the alternates, once per turn, when this Digimon deletes an opponent's Digimon by battle, trash the top card of the security stack. It comes up, especially when you're going to ace into the level 6, which we'll get into right now. Mega Gargomon Ace. This card's nuts, and I don't know why I put one, but we're actually running 4. And it's scary because ace cards of the overflow. But man, this is probably one of the best ace cards that we have now. So, it's a blocker and it has reboot. When you Digivolve, suspend 2 of your opponent's Digimon or Tamers. Then 2 of your Digimon or Tamers can't unsuspend or Digivolve until the end of the turn. This is, I think, one of the first effects that we have that it prevents your Digimon from Digivolving, if I'm not mistaken. And the Tamers, so this card might be used a lot to counter hybrids later on. It's crazy. And then, not to mention, they don't unsuspend either. So if they have blockers, they're not going to be able to block. But it really just sets yourself up to be able to swing over it. And then if you have the Rapidmon, you're going to trash a security card. The one Digivolving and end of attack once per turn, you may unsuspend this Digimon. So what you could do if you do have the Rapidmon in play, and if you have no security, you can go ahead and ace into the Mega Gargomon. If your Rapidmon is suspended, you can still ace, and it's when Digivolve will kick in. You get to unsuspend, and now you can block. And now if that Digimon gets deleted, you get to trash the opponent's security stack, and you get to suspend 2 of your opponent's Digimon and or Tamer. So even if they were going to go hybrid for game, you can stop that. It's actually really, really cool. I don't run any level 7s on here. You can run a Quartz if you'd like, but the space is kind of, it's tight in a way, but there's definitely things that you can cut. Moving on to the Tamers, we are going to do 3 Willis. Willis, on play, you may hatch in your breeding area. Your turn, one of your Digimon will Digivolve into a Digimon card with Gargomon or Rapidmon in its name. By suspending this Tamer, reduce the cost by 1. I like this because now you can Digivolve for 2, 1, and if you're going over the Lotmon, you can Digivolve for 3 instead of 4 or 2. You know, you get it, as long as you have Willis. So you could run 4, but I feel 3 is a good hit. Then keep in mind, with the Terriermon Searcher, you will not be able to pick up the Willis because it has to have Henry Wong in its name. Speaking of Henry, 2 of the new Henrys from Starter Deck 17. Start your main phase. If your opponent has a Digimon, gain 1 memory, which is nice because now if you're left at 3, it pushes you to that threshold of 4, and it just helps you Digivolve into Rapidmon, maintain your turn, be able to control your opponent's board. You can Digivolve into Mega Gargomon and maintain turn. And the main effect of this Henry is by placing this Tamer and 1 Gargomon and 1 Rapidmon from your trash in any order as one of your Terriermon's bottom Digivolution cards, that Digimon may Digivolve into Mega Gargomon in the hand for a Digivolution cost of 4, ignoring its Digivolution requirements. If this effect Digivolve that Digimon, you get Rush. So this could also be a kind of hybrid for game if you have all the sources. But like I said, it'll be a little difficult because we're only running 2 Gargomons in the build. So if you want to run 4, you're more than welcome to. And then leading off, we do want to run the memory set Henry Wong. Multiple reasons. You want to start at 3. You want targets for when you're searching, being able to get Henry. And then last but not least, this one, when you attack with a Digimon with Gargomon or Rapidmon in its name, by suspending this Digimon, you can suspend one of your opponent's Digimon. The reason that's good is because if there's a blocker and you need 1 check for game, if you have the Henry, then you can just swing and suspend that blocker, allowing you to win. 4 of the Double Typhoon. This card is actually really crazy for this deck. Reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. Add 1 green Digimon card and 1 such Tamer card among them from the hand. Return the rest to the bottom of the deck, then place this card in the battle area. Then you also have Delay. You may play a Tamers or Rapidmon from your hand without paying the cost. This is just much better than the Henry and Suchong Tamer card that we have, because that one you can't Digivolve on top of it. It gets deleted at the end of the turn. It's really just a target for Alliance and then it gets popped. This one you're just able to have it there indefinitely, and you can Digivolve and do all sorts of things with it. The security effect: suspend 2 of your opponent's Digimon, then place this card in the battle area. So definitely helpful if your opponent is about to win. 2 of the Giant Missile. I was doing 2 Heaven's Judgment, and I think I still like that better than the Giant Missile. But Giant Missile is green, so I'm trying it out now. Giant Missile: suspend 1 of your opponent's Digimon, then return 1 of your suspended Digimon to the bottom of the deck. 1 of their Digimon can't unsuspend until the end of the turn. So really a preference here. Would you rather bottom deck something, or would you rather give something minus 6,000 DP and then for every color that you have, activate it again? 2 of the Agility Training. Another reason why we're doing the Giant Missile is because when you play it, you reveal top 2 cards, add 1 green card among them to the hand. The other one goes in the bottom, and then Delay, reduce Digivolution cost by 2. So you are able to pick up Giant Missile. You are not able to pick up Heaven's Judgment. Then instead of a 3rd copy of Agility Training, I'm doing 1 green Memory Boost, and we'll get to why I'm doing that. But this one, reveal the top 4 cards of your deck, add 1 green Digimon card among them to the hand. The rest go back in the bottom. Then Delay, you gain 2 memory. The reason why we are running 1 green Memory Boost is for this Fire Rocket. Fire Rocket: while you have a Digimon with Armor Form in its trait, you may use this card without meeting its color requirements. 1 of your Digimon with 2 or more colors gains security attack +1. So sometimes it's better to gain memory, because if you have the Rapidmon already and you're at, let's say you're at 1 or you're at 0 and you have the green Memory Boost, you go back to 2, you could play up to 2 Fire Rockets and give your Rapidmon security attack +2. And then if you have Alliance with the Rapidmon and have Rapidmon there, now you got security attack +3. So you're checking 4 cards there. I would run this at 4. But it's so tight there. And the security effect for the Fire Rocket is delete 1 of your opponent's Digimon with blocker, which can come up, especially against something like D-Brigade. There's a lot of blockers on that, so it's okay. It's not the best security effect. I wish this would go to your hand. If it would, that'd be just nuts. But it does suck because you will bottom deck this card a lot, which is why you want to run 3, because that way at least you can get 1 in your hand. So I was explaining the Terriermon. The Terriermon here, if you have it and you move up, you can use this effect. Even if you're at 1, you can play a Willis, reduce it by 2, and now you get to hatch. And now you're able to build up another Digimon in the back. So it really helps you be aggressive. Then obviously if you have Agility Training, you can go into any of the Rapidmons here and reduce it by 2. And then with the Willis, now you reduce it by 3, so it's a free Evo. And sometimes what's nice is that you can go into the level 5 and you'll pass turn, but if you ended up reducing DP with the BTA Rapidmon and now you de-Digivolve, you can probably delete that Digimon, especially if it's like a ultimate or a champion and it goes back to rookie, you'll be able to pop it. So a cool combo you could do here is tell you Henry's going to leave you at 3 anyway. If you have the other Henry, you'd get 1 memory, but in this case, you only have this Henry. You want to play a double Typhoon, and you end up playing the Rapidmon, and now the Rapidmon will give this Terriermon Alliance during your main phase. You still have 3 memory, so now there is when you can choose to go into any Rapidmon, depending on the situation, and you're at 3 right there. So this is why I was saying that sometimes you'd rather have the memory. I mean, in this case, yeah, even if you have the agility, then, you know, it's still 1, but whatever. So you end up doing the green memory boost, and now you go back to 2, and then if you have the Fire Rocket, you could play 1, 2, what have you. I only have 1 in my hand. So let's say you play 2, now you get security attack +2, and you got, not retaliation. You have Alliance, now you do Alliance right there. Now you go in, right? And then while you have that Lopmon there, if you want to further delete your opponent's Digimon, if you have that Rapidmon, you could go over the Lopmon, even if it's for 4. You're going to clear their board, hopefully, because now you're going to do -4 there when you swing with the Alliance, and then -5, that's -9k. Or what you could also do is, if you're into one of those, after you hit, even if you got armor purged, you could kind of do the same thing, and I'll go into the Rapidmon again, giving another -5 or -4. But after, usually you do all those checks with the Alliance, which is, what is it, 3 swings, 4 swings in total. Another thing why, now I remembered. So this is why I'm running the green memory boost, because if you're able to do all that, you have 0, you do the green memory boost, and now you can end up going to the hybrid for game right there with Henry. Boom, you did 1, 2, 3, 4 checks. Another Fire Rocket would be 5 checks. Could also end your turn, like I stated, the Digivolving something. But sometimes you want to leave the Rapidmon, because if it gets deleted, they have to swing over it twice, so long as you have the Terriermon underneath. And it just sets you up to being able to ace, which I didn't talk about, but this Mega Gargomon could ace into a Rapidmon and its name for 5. But when it's your opponent's turn, you're still doing it for free. And that's really what you want to do there. You can do all those checks, ace when they try to get rid of it, you want to spend, and it's crazy. This deck is actually really nuts. From what I've seen and heard, this was topping in some Japan locals, so it's actually pretty cool.